The forum today is really a unique event for regional Australia in the fact that we're bringing together technology researchers and students, business, government, representatives, all in the matter of wanting to advance their learning around technology entrepreneurship, and this will ultimately lead to a more successful Geelong and a more successful Victoria.
Because we see ICT as an incredibly important industry sector for the Victorian economy. Across the state, it employs around 140,000 Victorians in its broadest definition. It contributes around $29 billion to the Victorian economy.
This is a great initiative. What you're doing here to encourage and promote the growth of ICT-based businesses is exactly what Geelong, Victoria and Australia need. We need to create more value, and value that is portable and acceleratable.
Mr Engels, Jerry's last visit indicated that in order for the region to become a cluster of innovation, it needs to develop a few key ingredients. Those include a culture of entrepreneurship, access to venture capital, entrepreneurial professionals and a strong local universities. A key element of ICT's Geelong's charter is to educate the community in the importance of the technology innovation entrepreneurship. So today we've assembled the best of the best.
There's a great deal we can learn when we see champions perform. They know what they're best at. They're not good at everything. They emphasize their strengths. They compensate the best they can for their weaknesses. They use the team rather than the individual. In entrepreneurship, there is no lifeboat. You're in the ship, right? You put your life savings into it, you put your parents' savings into it, you put your kids' college fund into it, you're up to your neck in credit cards. There is no lifeboat. You will succeed. That's a great motivator.
But what unites them is their sense of purpose. They want to produce the greatest customer experience online in Australia. Absolutely passionate about it.
Always be selling, but never for sale. If you're going to harvest value out of an idea, you can't be putting it up for sale. But you have to be open to opportunity when it presents itself to you. People will come and ask to participate.
Have confidence in your own vision. Have confidence in your own ability. Not arrogance, but confidence. And be prepared to break the rules. Because if you're trying to change the world, you can't do it from inside the existing system.
So if I think about what are the drivers of growth, one of them is about a clear vision. Like, we know why we do it every single day. We know why we do what we do. But it's one thing for me to say, I've got this great vision, we're changing gifting in Australia forever, but what does it mean to everybody else around it? What does it mean to our suppliers? What does it mean to our people? So we wrote this document, which is called a painted picture. And it's not a strategic document. It's not your business plan. It's not a this is how it could be or what it could be like. This is a dreaming document. What would it be like if we changed gifting in Australia forever? What would it be like if we showcased that you could have a great place to work as well as be highly profitable?
You have to be open to change in yourself. You have to be prepared to realise you don't know all the answers, and neither does anybody else. But if you discount things you don't like when you hear them, you're not very likely to succeed. But you have to be the champion of your own convictions. So it's a balancing act.
So I challenge you on your own entrepreneurial journeys to dream. It's not just about the technology, it's about how did you create a business to get the technology to market? What difference did you get to make to another human being? How is the world a better place because of what you did?
They want to get close to your opportunity, to your brilliance, to your wisdom, to what your potential is. They want to see potential.
You need to show that you're actually going to change the game. And changing the game, as Jerry pointed out with the cargo containers, is not always about what's obvious up front.
I had no idea how I was going to grow this business. I only knew why I was doing it. And I had to surround my people who knew how to, because I wasn't that person.
Because if you can't think like an investor, you're not going to be a good partner for the investor.
You have to be a little bit tempered by credibility, but don't be afraid to aim high and don't be afraid to aim big.
Investors want to know how they get their money back. The only way they get their money back, and they don't want 1 times their money back, they want a multiple. It's grow a sustainable, wonderful, high growth opportunity that is attractive to many situations, including the public markets, and be willing to address those opportunities when they present themselves.
Vern Harnish, who's one of my great mentors, said the best way for an entrepreneur to get out of their own way is to make sure they've got somebody with them on their journey.
Having collaborators and the right type of collaborators will accelerate your success. Sharing your success with the appropriate people along the way will enrich you far beyond your dreams.
It's all about team. The people are, at the end of the day, the key issue. If you've got a great idea, you get it into the market as quickly as you possibly can, which is what the next few points are about, and you let the market tell you whether it's working, and if it's not working, you change it. Now, if you've got a good team, there's a good chance you can change it to something that works.
And we can have a greatest idea on the planet, a fabulous application, but unless we grow a business to support it, it only ever stays a great idea. So it's one thing to have a great idea, but it is all about execution. You know, people often say to me, oh, that's a great business idea. I had thought of it, I was going to do it, but you got there first. That's always a classic. But it's not the idea. The idea is minuscule. You can have all of those lists about what people loathe doing, but if you don't do anything about it, you've not changed anything.
I think the best word I heard today come out of Naomi's mouth, and that was empathy. These are the lessons you learn, I think, when you look at an opportunity and your job is to splice the opportunity together. Understanding somebody's problem and understanding they've got a budget to correct it.
Explode with value, not to carefully manage a slow growth situation. Don't be a bonsai, be a sequoia.
Each and every one of you, if you're interested, then you should let us know, because Melbourne Angels would like to have each and every one of you pitch to our group when you're ready.
This technology can give fine and intricate data, and bear in mind that gold medals can be won by little as 1/100th of a second. So if we can improve their performance in any way, we're improving their chances of winning gold. But this technology is not only beneficial for elite athletes, it is also beneficial for the general public by a modified and simplified version.
What if getting between A and B isn't best done by flying? What if it's best done by, say, train or bus or ferry or automobile? What if you have a choice between these different modes of transport? Or what if you need to do a combination of these different modes of transport? Suddenly it becomes a really hard problem, and that's what we're going to talk about.
It's a technology platform that's based on a series of dashboards that incorporates each of the key stakeholders that engage with payroll giving.
TV Feeds is a dedicated place for all TV viewers to interact, to chat and enjoy a conversation about a TV show when it's on. The free TV Feeds app will cover Android, iPhone and iPads.
WYSIBOARD is a proprietary and patentable technology developed out of Sydney, and essentially we take toys and objects and easily and very inexpensively detect them on iPad surfaces or Android devices. So essentially I have a little plastic pig, just a toy, and the minute the child puts the toy down on the iPad, it knows that it's a pig and it knows where it is on the iPad, so it can localise it, so I can move it across. And I can trigger all sorts of game mechanics and fun out of that for the child.
And the winner of the 2011 $50,000 IT invention test, Lee Angus with WYSIBOARD.
a super group today. I've mixed with a couple of people. I've met the other competitors as well, and they've got fantastic concepts, and they're going through, you know, the excitement and the joys and the lows of being in startups, and you know, just kind of knowing we're not the only ones out there. Then second to that was also finding out about Jerry Engels coming online and having a day with him, and as it turns out we get a week overseas with him. That's just brilliant. I mean, and we're going to be putting ourselves in that kind of community even broadly, you know, beyond Australia, and that's really exciting stuff.